All right, y'all. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'm Michael Israel. You're watching Spiritual Combat. As you could tell by the title of the show, we are doing a Hebrew health segment, another Hebrew health segment. And what we're going to be talking about today is knee pain, um, concentration, and antiviral tea. So different aspects of different things. Um, there's going to be a lot of good, practical, applicable information we're going to bring out today to really, um, you know, help you in certain areas of your life. Um, so first thing we're going to get in, we just get into the knee pain. Um, knee pain. So a lot of times, I would say maybe a high percent of the time, maybe 70, 80, maybe even 90% of the time, people's knee pain, and I would say majority of joint pain and a majority of joint issues is due to tight muscles. And that it's a high percent of the time. A lot of your back pain is due to tight muscles. I showed y'all that in the last episode, the health episode I did, when I was showing you guys that psoas muscle. Um, and I also showed y'all how to stretch it. It's the same with knee pain. A lot of times it's a tight muscle. Now, when you really get into the high performance level of your muscles, to where you really like when I told y'all when I used to play basketball, I was playing basketball 4 or 5, sometimes 6 times a week. And I was playing, and like I said, mind you, this is pickup ball now, not professional or anything, but I played with professional people. A lot of times I was the shortest person on the court. And if y'all see me, I'm 6'2", 6'3". And I was the shortest one out there. I was always the smallest one out there. Um, but it would be very competitive, and we get it in. And like I said, 5, 6 times a week. And what I would do, you wake up and knees be hurt and everything be hurting. And so this is high performance muscle um, maintenance, okay, that I'm aware of now. Just regularly, people know how to stretch, okay. I'm gonna show y'all some knee stretches, a basic knee stretch. I'll pull it up here. Uh, okay, so this is a basic knee stretch. Let me see. All right. Hold on one sec. There we go. There's a good picture. I'm going to see if I can get it to take up the whole screen. So just bear with me, please. All right. Oh, there we go. I'll just put that up there. All right. Y'all give me a second. I'm going to put it up here on the screen and show y'all basic knee stretch that most people are probably familiar with, okay? Share this. Okay, where is it? Right here. Okay. So if you see that picture right there, this, I'm making it bigger so y'all can see it. All right. So I'm sure y'all have seen this before. You might actually let me make it big. There we go. So that's a basic knee stretch right there that most of y'all, uh, most of you guys are probably familiar with. Um, that's a basic knee stretch. All right. Now let me show you some things about it though. All right, give me a sec. Oops. All right. Uh, hmm. Y'all bear with me. We will. Okay, there we go. All right. So let me show you some things about this that you need to know. Okay, when you're doing this, because this stretch was stretching it, but the thing is, let me see if y'all. Let me get my mouse on there. See. All right. All right. You see this part right here in the hip. You want to thrust your hip forward. Okay. So you basically, when you're doing this stretch, you squeeze your glute muscle to push your hip forward. Your knee, you want to make sure it doesn't come out. Okay. So you want to make sure your knee stays straight up and down. Now, this stretch here is also a good exercise. It's a good indicator of how tight your quads are. Okay, and those are the muscles above your knee. All right, let me go back. Okay, but when you're doing it, say this is say this right here is the knee that you're stretching. This one, you want to make sure it don't come outward like that. A lot of times, if your muscles are tight, you either got to bring your knee out or you're going to kind of hunch over. You need to stand straight up and squeeze your glute muscles and push your pelvis forward and keep that knee right next to the other knee and pull it up. If you can't do that, it just means you real tight in there. And you know why your knees are hurt. Okay? Now, I'm going to show y'all, we're going to take it to the next level now. Okay? So what can you do if it hurts? You do this. You the first thing you could do is get a muscle roller. I'm sure y'all have seen these. Okay, there's different types of them. I'll put them up here. So the first thing you do is just get a muscle roller. You see them. You see some of them here. Um, they got stuff like this. This is the one you're probably more familiar with. Is these kind right here. You see where you just roll it on there, and you roll it along the top of there, along kind of the inside and on the side. Just roll it, and you'll know if you're doing it right because your face will be squinching up because you'll feel the pain of all them locked up muscles getting hit by that roller. Okay, that's how you'll know that hey, this muscle's tight. That's another indicator. Okay, um, so that's so what you do, or you could do. They got the foam rollers there, but the muscle rollers are kind of more efficient and effective. But you just roll. You never roll over the joint itself. You never roll over the joint itself with the muscle roller. Just where the muscles are at. Okay. The next thing you can do if you're real tight is let me grab this real quick. All right, hold on. Is you use this trigger point release tape here. See this? It's some people call it super floss from MWAD's mobility workouts of the day, but it's just a thick band. And what you do, I will show you a picture of how this works. This is a lot more intense. Okay, let me show you. Where is what you do is take that super. Okay, what you do. He didn't do it right. Okay, I'm trying to find somebody who's done it right, correctly. Trying to find. Bear with me. Okay. Okay, he did it here. Good. All right. So in this picture, I'm gonna put it up here. This guy, see what he did? He wrapped it real tight right above his knee. Now, you don't want to leave this on there real long. You're only gonna do this for like maybe 15 seconds at the absolute max. But you wrap it on there, and it'll be real tight. And then you do that stretch, and you work your knee. And what that does is causes your muscle to release. Okay. And I'm going to show you when I say causes your muscle to release, I'm going to show you what's actually going on. All right. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. And we got a good illustration right here. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can so yeah, I'm gonna show y'all here we go. This is a good one here. All right. So all right. All right. So I'll just scroll this up. All right, come on. All right. So these are muscle fibers right here. That's what these are. And this is the pain area. So what's going on there is this is each individual muscle fiber. Okay. That's what these are. And what happens when you might overuse a muscle and these little red things are part of the muscle is still contracted. It didn't release. Okay. That's what's going on there. All right. Hold on. Okay. There you go. So what those red parts are is part of the muscle is still contracted and it didn't release. So it's staying flexed up. And it'll stay contracted. This from overuse when you're doing a whole lot of something and you're not stretching, and it'll just stay contracted and it won't release. And eventually it'll stay contracted so long it'll begin to get sore to the touch because it's just a muscle, a little part of the muscle staying contracted. And if you get too many of these, you you pull a muscle. Okay, so what you gotta do, the way to release it is just to palpitate it or push on it. So you push on the muscle somehow, and then it'll release, and then you need to stretch and hold a stretch, and that will release the muscle. And that's how you will basically instantly get rid of a lot of knee pain by doing some you know these techniques, trigger point release and everything like that. So um but yeah, that's how a quick way to get rid of knee pain with some of this stuff. You could go online and look it up and read more about it, but that's the gist of it. And there's actually even more extreme ways where, like, well, I ain't gonna say it's more extreme, but another way is just get a lacrosse ball and roll that on your muscles. It's pretty. Lacrosse balls aren't real expensive, so that's another good way. And you kind of lay on your belly and put your leg on it and just put your weight on it and roll it side to side. Like I said, never go do any of this over your kneecap or anything. You do it right above the knee, okay? But never on it, because you grind your knee, you cause damage, okay? All right, so moving forward to our next topic is concentration and focusing. And something a lot of people don't know, there was an interview a while back. They asked Steve Jobs when he was alive, they said, hey, they were talking about the iPad or the iPhone. I think it was the iPad. And they was like, so which one did your children like the best? And he was like, they don't have them. He's like, they don't use any of them. And he don't come to find out, he doesn't let any of his children use the internet or get on computers or nothing. And upon further research, you find out that none of the big CEOs and people in Silicon Valley let any of their children. In fact, these people send their children to schools that don't have any monitors in them because they don't want them watching TV or media. They don't want them watching anything. They were saying how they actually teach them fractions using actual pi, like an actual real pi. That's how they teach them fractions, and they don't use any type of media, anything. And they don't let their children get on the internet or nothing. And that is very disturbing. You got to really wonder what's going on. And if you do some research, and there's plenty of videos on YouTube where they talk about how they actually hire scientists or psychologists who major in attention, in how to grab and keep people's attention. And the way Facebook is set up, the way YouTube is set up, and I've actually watched YouTube's algorithm recently come into effect, but I've seen it with Facebook. The Facebook algorithm is watching everything you watch, is looking at everything you like, is watching what videos you watch longer. And it's just slowly tailoring your feed to what it has determined you take more of an interest in. And it's constantly perfecting that. And this is why a lot of people, man, it's a battle for your attention, to keep you locked in, to keep you scrolling, to keep you just it's a war. And they're sitting there studying how to grab attention and keep it. And what that ends up doing is it weakens your ability to focus and concentrate, because something able to grab your attention subconsciously, and the more they're able to just pull your attention like that, it weakens your ability to concentrate on stuff you want to concentrate on, because you're not strengthening the muscle of, okay, there's a distraction. Okay, let me focus on what I'm doing. Now, boom, there's a distraction, and you subconsciously can't resist going over there and looking at it. A lot of people, like somebody was saying, how a lot of people, this happens to them. And this is the scary part, it's by design. Okay, stand by. It is skipped for a second, but it looks like we're back up. A lot of people will be on their phones, and they will subconsciously, unknowingly, just be on it and be staring at Facebook and be like, dang, it's like I just automatically went here. How'd I get here? And you just scrolling, you know? And that's what they want. It's right now, man, it's a battle for your attention. I watched YouTube's algorithm over the past maybe 2 or 3 months. They have that same thing where they're able to put stuff in there. They're making it so that as you scroll, they want you scrolling, and different videos come up and try to grab your attention with the titles based on your history and what you look at. And a lot of people are like, man, they're having to do Facebook fast and YouTube fast and all this stuff. And a lot, uh, you know, people's attention span is weakened big time from this, you know? So it's something you need to be aware of. How do you battle it? You need to know, you need to be able to see when something's grabbed you and you're doing something, not just be on autopilot all the time. Or otherwise, you'll never be able to get nothing done. And I'm going to speak more on that because there's a all right. I'm back. Internet connections acting up, but anyway, you can the the way to combat is, like I said, not being on autopilot all the time. You know what I'm saying? Being aware of what, knowing what you're doing. You know, thinking. You know, um, but yeah, it's definitely a battle for your attention. You know, and like I said, it'll weaken you. It will you know, weaken your attention. I've seen it in myself, and where you're not getting anything done, and you just, you know, one of the big things is turning those notifications off. You know, that's a big one. You know, where there's always some beep or boop going off trying to grab your attention. You can't focus on anything long term, and it just weakens that muscle, and it's just like a muscle in your arm. And I'm telling you. Um, so yeah, really, and that's a whole show. I'm doing, just really learning to set goals and actually follow through and get them done. Because I mean, we live in a society where, man, it's just distractions are everywhere, and they pay these people spending millions and millions, probably billions of dollars to grab your attention, keep you locked in. When the reality is, these are tools. You know, like I use Facebook and YouTube. I try to use them as tools. Sometimes I use them as entertainment, but for the most part, especially like YouTube, use it as a tool to educate myself. Um, Facebook is just more of a social thing, but I really don't be on my news feed scanning through stuff. Now, I go to the video feed thing and I look at a lot of boxing, fighting stuff on there, but I try to very much use it more as a tool than anything else, and stay focused on press forward with stuff I need to do. But on many occasions, I've been distracted with that and not gotten done what I need to get done, during the day. All right. So moving on to the last one is the antiviral T. And we're going to be talking about this a lot. We're going to be getting into yeah, like I said, the internet signal skipping. I think we got weeks in, but we're going to be getting into this antiviral T and this, the coronavirus going around. We're going to be getting into this a lot because they are pushing that shot extra hard. Their so-called cure, whatever they are, I've seen it, they're pushing it hard. And I'm just keeping it 100. I do not doubt that it has an effect and that it's effective on a virus, but mRNA and you having the ability to do stuff to my DNA, heck no. No, I ain't messing with it. And when on top of that, I have an understanding of what they call the immune system, but the system to fight off viruses, when I have a working knowledge of how it works and how to strengthen it naturally and more effectively, nah, I ain't gonna be stuck on stupid with it. Okay. So getting into it, as you know, I'm trying to, let me pull this up real quick. So in that, there it is, very last one. So I'm gonna just briefly talk about some of the herbs that are in it, that are in the antiviral tea. One of them is mullein, and this is the mullein and the elecampane are two herbs that we put in there that's your initial defense system, which is your respiratory system. So that's your nose and that's your mouth, and then your esophagus and your lung. And your sinuses, okay? That's what um, those herbs target. And um, what they do is they're astringent, they cleanse, they fight, they cause you to secrete and expel mucus, which is going to encapsulate any foreign invaders, whether it's virus or whatever it is. It's going to cause it, and they're astringent, so it's going to just cause it to cleanse itself out to a higher degree. And that's what the mullein and elecampane do to your whole respiratory system, whether it's your sinuses. And it don't matter whether you have sinus problems or asthma or COPD. Them two herbs, consistently taking them, will heal you of that. You see what I'm saying? It will cleanse that out of there. Okay. Now with the asthma, sometimes it's a spasmodic thing. So it's a spasm. So you need an antispasmodic herb. But that's a whole nother herbal formula. But those are two of the main herbs in the antiviral tea. And then a third herb is the elderberry, which strengthens and stimulates your immune system. And it also provides you with iron phosphate, to, help your blood and all that. So you have all these herbs, and in there in that tea. And like I said, that is a pre-viral tea where that tea will just prepare your body, strengthen your immune system, cleanse out your respiratory system of anything that might be in there, and just get after it like that. Now, um, I'm working on a more advanced one that we're going to be putting out here real soon. That is more of, if you do have it, this thing is going to go after it and get it up out of there. So I'm putting together the combination on that. The antiviral tea is that's for sale now on the householdherbs.com. You could buy that now. It's actually been discounted, so it's like at $26, $27. You get a whole bunch of that, and this is the time. This is the season to begin, especially towards the end of summer, to really begin, building your immune system. Start regularly taking elderberry to build up that immune system, so that when flu season comes around, you ready to rock. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, this is just the initial. We're going to be talking about this on the regular, but definitely, get after that antiviral tea, the Mullen and the Ella campaign, and the what we're working on, because. So, and I'll just go back what happened with me. uh, there were some people around me who had got, there were some people around me who had got the coronavirus, and I was regularly taking these herbs, and nothing happened to me. Now, I could feel something in my throat, but it went away. And then months later, it was that the UK strain had came around. I think that's what it was. And it had came around, and some people around me had got it. And I had fell out of my regiment. My diet had fell off. I got real busy with a lot of stuff. I wasn't taking my herbs like I regularly do. And then I got it. You know what I'm saying? And I did a video of when I had it, and, I had the chills and stuff like that, and really didn't feel motivated to do anything. That's the bulk of what I was feeling when I had it. And it didn't feel good. Like, you just feel like sitting around, you don't want to do nothing, But once I got it, I started taking my antiviral tea, and it really didn't do anything. And that's because it doesn't have anything that stops viral replication. Well, what we're working on now is one that, if you do got it, one that cleanses out the blood, inhibits viral replication, cleanses out the lymphatic system and the interstitial fluid and all that, and it cleanses it out of you aggressively, so where you're getting some aggressive results. So that's what we're putting together right now. But in the meantime, so you don't get it, the antiviral tea is what to have now, so that you strengthen everything up. Your respiratory system is top notch. It's secreting mucus, it's encapsulating stuff, it's expelling stuff, and your immune system is being strengthened up. The elderberry. So that's what we got right now, But like I said, it'll be a whole series of videos on this coming soon. Because, like I said, I got some new stuff that I'm studying and looking at that's going to be a lot more powerful than some of the it's going to make the formula a lot more powerful, and effective. Okay. So anyway, with that, that's all I got. If y'all got any questions, comments, concerns, definitely put them on here. Um, if you weren't able to get on this live, you could just put them in the comments and I will get it. I'll see it and definitely respond back. But that's all I got for now. Be more shows coming soon. With that said, y'all, I'm Michael Israel. You're watching Spiritual Combat. Shalom, shalom.